All right. Hello and good morning, everyone. I'm sorry that I'm running late and I'm running a mess here. I literally just got out of the shower. I was like, "Oh no, I'm out of time to get on the stream here." So we're gonna make do with what we got here. We are playing Slay the Spire 2, possibly the game of the year. I really truly think that this game could win game of the year. It is in early access, but it is already so good. So we are gonna play. I just gotta make myself look a little bit more presentable. Good morning, Bubble. Sorry, like I said, I woke up late and I was like, I need a shower really quick before I get on stream. But we need to not look completely terrible in the morning. There we go. Okay. One problem fixed. Yes, this is Slay the Spire 2. I'm in the middle of a run because I was playing yesterday before I got on stream here. And this build I got going goes a little bit nuts. I love this build. So how it works, the build I've got going here is it's supposed to be a draw a bunch and attack a bunch. And for every time I attack, I gain one block. So all I need to do is hope when I pillage these guys that I draw cards. And so far I have been very unlucky. I have not been drawing any of the cards. I'm doing good today. You know, it's Friday. The week is over. I'm ready for a good day. All right, here we go. Here's how things go crazy quickly. We're gonna apply vulnerable. Now we got a big draw. We can do expect to fight. This is gonna give me 7 energy, and now every time I apply vulnerable, I could draw more cards, which allows me to draw a card that allows me to draw a card. Unfortunately, this guy has the ability to make me draw these unplayable cards that kind of mess my stuff up here. But this deck goes hard. It goes real hard. So I don't want to jinx myself here, but I think this might be a winning deck. This might be the first time that we slay the Spire is with this this deck. So I don't want to jinx it, but I think we're gonna do it. But yeah, today's a good day. It's the weekend. I'm very excited for the weekend. We're gonna go to. There's a protest planned on Sunday that Emmy really wants to go to. They are doing a stitch-in. They're gathering together all the fiber arts specialists, so people who do like knitting, crocheting, cross stitching, needlepoint, all those sort of things, and they are going to all get together and sit at the Capitol and cross stitch and protest. So she really wants to go to that. So I'm excited to go to that and see what that looks like. So we're gonna go cross stitching here soon. Alright, so this guy's too easy because when he's defeated, he revives and is even stronger, and every time you play a skill, he gets even stronger. Okay, that's not good. That's really not good. But we can knock him out. Okay. He did. So now he revives with 200 HP and 2 heads, and that's still not... Okay, that's not his final form there either. Okay. Alright, let's power up a lot. I can power up too, you jerk. How about that? Yeah, it goes. Look at all the damage. I was hoping not to draw that card. Bummer. Okay. That's okay. Give us more cards. Yes. Okay. 6 energy. Yes. Fred Burger. Gosh. I feel it. Oh, I've got so much potential in my hand, and he's dead. I want more. All right. At the end of every other turn, gains intangible and can't be damaged. What a cheater. Okay. That's bad for us. But he doesn't gain strength every time I play a skill now. So even though I can't deal damage to him, we can still gain a bunch of armor by attacking. So we're going to still deal damage to this guy by attacking him to gain armor. Alright, now this is it. This is the turn. This is the one. We can hurt him. That is really bad, so we're going to drink a potion. That's what we like to see. Give us some damage. Strike, strike, stomp, whoosh, bam. And down he goes. Alright. That's Act 2 cleared. Now we're going on to the final act. Like I said, I really feel like we can slay the Spire here. Or was that Act 3? Were we already in Act 3? Did we? Apparently we did. Alright, Alright, GG, we slayed the Spire. The game's over. We won, so I guess maybe not Game of the Year since we beat it in less than a day, but alright, I guess. Let's get those mode locks. Alright, first clear was with the Ironclad. I really like this unlock system here, where at the end of every run, you get like these little drawings that gives you a little bit of lore, and then it tells you about all your unlocks. So, ooh, Blood Potion, really good. Soldier Stew. And now we can ascend. We got the Ascension unlocked. And we unlocked the Red Skull. The Paper Frog. What the dog doing? And this must be dailies. We unlocked daily climbs. Yeah, you can now play a randomized challenge once a day. Alright, so we have slayed the Spire now as the Ironclad. We can now go into Ascension mode. But let's run through all the characters live here. You know, we got some people gathering together, so let's try the Silent. Now, I did try and do the Silent once before, and I lost terribly because I was putting together a poison deck, and since this game doesn't carry over your progress from the first game, I did not have the proper tools to make a proper poison deck, so that went terribly. Let's see. All these options kind of suck. Precise Scissors is really good. Removing card removal is underrated, but not at the start of the game because I don't know what kind of deck I'm building, so I don't know what I'm going to need to cut yet. Niao's Fury is situational. Silver Crucible, the upgrades are great, but losing a relic is pretty rough, but 3 upgrades is pretty good. So let's go with Precise Scissors, and let's just drop one of these strikes. I can always get more attacks, so let's just start with less that. Let's plan a route here. So we want to fight as many elites as possible. So elite, 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 elite. So we got elite, we got a shop, we got a second elite. So it looks like this is the path. This is the way. Play Fire Red. We are going to do a Fire Red Nuzlocke here soon. We definitely, Fire Red is on my It is on my list. I want to play Fire Red. I want to Nuzlocke through Pokemon, but there's just so much. It's the problem of I have so much I want to play and so little time. Like, we've got Baldur's Gate 3, we've got Slay the Spire 2, we've got World of Warcraft. Dex, what is this? This is Slay the Spire 2. This is the game, excuse me, I was telling you about yesterday that I said it was going to be the game of the year. And I have no doubts that this game is going to be the game of the year recipient. It is a card-based deck-building roguelike game. Alright, we get to start building our deck. So this one card is going to determine what our deck is going to be. Ooh, we're going to go with Dagger Throw. We're going to build a draw and discard deck built around Sly mechanics. Like Sly Cooper. It's alright, Pacopia. I want to play Pacopia. I've heard so much good about Pacopia, but like I said, I've been burned by so many Pokemon games that I really am afraid that Pokemon Pacopia just is not good, and that they just got a bunch of good reviews for no good reason, you know? Like, I've been burned by so many Pokemon games before. This is definitely like a nerd's dream for like deck building and figuring out like optimized routes and all that. KFC's here. Good morning, KFC. Okay. So we have a draw, we have a discard. We're going to grab Strangle for a little bit of extra damage. We're going to go the spicy route. We're going to go with the question marks. We'll see what happens here. Strangle that guy. Hit him with one of them. Yes. Neutralize him. Stab him. See, that's the Wombo combo. Right? That's why people get super into this game, is you start putting cards together and get these huge infinite combos that just feel so good. Like Chuck Mangione. It feels so good. Bring back the chocolate chip bundt cake. Okay. 2 things about food. We're gonna do two things about food. 1, I tried the mustard rice. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible. But I saw yesterday someone was making what they call corn dookies. It was a hot dog on a stick put into corn dog batter, and then they wrapped it in a cookie, like a chocolate chip cookie, and baked it in the oven and made corn dookies. And that kind of looks good, no lie. Yuck. I could see, it's like, sweet meat, right? It's like sweet and sour chicken, basically, right? It's like getting a orange chicken. Speaking of which, orange chicken, who is it? Who makes orange chicken? What's the name of that one place? Panda Express. Panda Express is going to be releasing a new collab later this year with Buttock Ramen. So it's going to be spicy ramen flavored orange chicken, and I'm kind of here for it. Let's see. Let's grab pinpoints. This is going to be free. Let's deal 17 damage to you. That's big damage on that guy. We're going to remove your damage. We're going to hit you. This fight is really, really tough because every time you hit one of these guys, they retract into the ground, and then you can't damage them again, so it makes it very difficult. You're the only person I know that would see rage bait videos and go, I would try that. Alright, we're almost there. We've almost got this. We're going to be really damaged by the end of this, but I feel like we can make it through this. Alright. Strangle you. There we go. Okay, we've only got two guys left. We can do this. We can do this. That was a terrible hand. This is not what I wanted to see. Destroy you. Play you, play you. I bet it's better than... The mustard rice really wasn't bad. The mustard was a little overpowering, and I think... Honestly, I think that Bubble was right in that it would have been better with like a Chinese mustard, like a spicy mustard sort of thing. So, I probably should have done that. Ooh, when we draw a card, deal 2... Okay, we're making a draw discard deck, so... That is perfect for us. Alright, we're gonna... What is this guy? He's got like his dukes up. He's gonna fisticuff us, so... Five times 2 damage, okay. Strangle him. Then discard a card. Do a little bit extra damage. Have you ever tried a grilled chickle? Okay, and I'm curious. Is that a grilled cheese pickle? Is that what a chickle is? Cheese and pickle? Because that sounds awesome. What are we talking about here? Can we kill this guy? So he's got 24 HP. That's 8. Plus 9 is 17. Plus 2. Okay, we're going to drink that potion. Yes, okay, we did it. The Wombo is starting to build. Retain card, we need that. We definitely need retain. You can make it like that, but it's a pickle with crispy cheese around it. You fry the cheese till it's crispy and wrap it around a pickle. That sounds great. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds like a winner to me. What about that sucks? Because that sounds awesome. Like, I know a really good people do for like a low calorie snack is they take like pickle nickels and then they'll wrap them in a little bit of cheese and fry them to get like a crunchy, like a pickled Cheez-It almost. Ooh, it's a sunken ship treasure crab. It's a haunted ship. Okay. Sounds good, depending on the cheese. Alright, you've done it now. You've unlocked my unpopular opinion. Maybe my mouth is broken, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready to rule that out based on the garbage that I eat. I am fully prepared to admit that maybe I'm just broken here. Basically every cheese tastes the same to me. Like all the time Emmy will be like, "Hey, do you want Swiss on this? Do you want pepper jack? Like what kind of cheese would you like on your food here?" And to be honest, like I can't tell the difference. Like if you put Swiss on there, it's like, "Oh, this is Swiss or this is American or what." I couldn't tell you the difference. It all tastes the same. They're all the same to me. Give me Swiss, give me pepper jack, give me American, give me cheddar. Like it's all the same thing. All the same. All it is color. When you're asking me what flavor of cheese I want, you're basically asking what color of cheese I want. It sucks that there's too much pickle and not enough cheese. But it seems like you could easily fix that by just adding more pickle to it, right? Like that seems like a solvable problem. Need to do a blind taste test, maybe. Maybe so. That might be the way to do it. Okay, this deck has not been working out great for me because I am not getting the cards that I needed here. I have not been getting a lot of good stuff here. That's like saying beef and pork taste the same. But they kind of do. Like, low-key. He's gonna say they do. Like, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, you go to a Chinese restaurant and you order sweet and sour pork, sweet and sour chicken, and sweet and sour beef, like, they would all basically taste the same. I'm sorry that I'm predictable. Oh, I messed that up. What is wrong with your taste buds? I have a theory. I have a theory for why my taste buds are so broken. And I can remember this vividly. I can remember this. So, when I was really young, my parents had this step stool. And it was made out of, like, a bunch of delicious metals. And I say delicious specifically because I remember licking that thing because it tasted so good. And I'm pretty sure it was like aluminum and lead and paint. And I'm fairly certain that I can pinpoint all the problems of my life to that exact moment, sitting in my parents' house when I was like 5, licking the step stool. That is, when you ask what is wrong with waffles, I'm very, very confident that is that is the source of many, many, many problems. Okay, let's see. Upon an pickup, enchant up to 3 attacks with Sharp 3. That's really good. Start of the boss, upgrade 3 random cards in your draw pile. Every 3 turns, gain that. Golden Axe is really good. 10 damage, vulnerable. Okay. We're going to grab this. Do. Upgrade those 3. And then we're going to grab this. Okay. And we're going to remove a card. I think it's because of what my husband also suffered from when he met me. He could just combine every single food on his plate, so nothing had a distinct flavor. That is true. I am not one of those people. I know there's some people who are very much like, if the foods touch on the plate, you can't eat them. I have no such problems. Lose flex, upgrade a common skill. Or lose power potion, upgrade a common attack. Let's upgrade a common attack. Okay. Alright, our deck is actually starting to come together, but we've made it to the boss with only 1 potion and half HP. So we're not looking good, and we're fighting a waterfall. Why are we fighting a waterfall? We do not know, but we are fighting a waterfall. Okay. We're going to strangle it. We're going to throw a dagger at it. We're going to discard Ricochet, because that allows us to play it. Delicious. And then we're going to defend. Alright, see, you can see like the wombo combo is starting to come together now. We just need to survive long enough to make this happen. We're going to throw a dagger. We're going to discard this for slide. It's going to heal. That's kind of a dirtbag move. Alright, we're going to strangle you. We're going to ricochet. We're going to keep Tactician. Okay, it only healed 15, but it's... Oh, man. Okay, so when it dies, it's going to do a huge explosion on us. That's not good. Let's flex. Gain an energy. We're gonna neutralize it. Defend. Defend. Okay. Keep that strike. We gotta really be careful about this. I didn't realize it's gonna blow up when we destroy it, and it's going to deal a lot of damage, so... Oh, that's a bad hand. That's a really bad hand. Why is this hand so bad? I can never scratch the itch that comes when it comes to music. Nothing really hits as hard as the second or third time, and no music really makes me feel that way. You are not alone in that. There are a great deal of people that, like, you listen to a song, you listen to the song so much that eventually, like, now nothing quite scratches the itch of that song anymore. You are not alone in that. Oh, I can't kill... Wait. Can I? Is it currently being strangled? It is being strangled. Okay. Now it's going to explode for 30 damage. Now we need to defend a lot. So defend, defend. Stab it a few times for posterity. Alright. We should live through that. We should live through that. If you want some new music, though, even though my musical taste is terrible, I'll recommend a few things. Number one, The Thirsting. If you haven't listened to The Thirsting is so good. Listen to The Thirsting. I know it's going to be a niche thing, Insane Clown Posse. If you haven't given the Insane Clown Posse a good listen, you know, the Insane Clown Posse is definitely worth a listen. There's a guy on TikTok. I can't remember the band name, but it's very unique music. He makes music for kobolds in Dungeons and Dragons, where he takes like a bunch of folksy instruments and plays them in weird ways, and it makes this kind of strange jazz vibes. Highly recommend that. Let's see. Let's go with Very Hot Cocoa, I guess. All those options were kind of lame, but... Shop. Elite. Elite. This way... Seems the best. Let's go over here. Alright, this is my one weakness, it seems like. We have not done a good job of handling multiple dudes here, but we're gonna try. So we're gonna hit you. Okay. Backstab you. Ricochet. Alright, that was a good opening turn there. We did it. We did it, Patrick. We saved the city. We're gonna stab, and then we're gonna stab. We need this. We need some more draw. We don't have enough draw in our life. Excuse me. Start with 2 strength. Start each combat with thorns. Thorns is really good. We're going to have to go with the thorns. I'm into a couple extremely unrelated niches, kind of. I really like Saruki's FNF instrumentals and Monster Hunter music. Is FNF, is that Five Nights at Freddy instrumental music? Is that what FNF is? Alright, we're going to do it. We're going to strangle, neutralize you, backstab, dramatic entrance, block, stab, and stab. Friday Night Funkin', I'm ashamed to say. Okay, I know what Friday Night Funkin' is. I've seen some videos of that. That's what the guy doing the A-oo-ah-ee singing thing, that game. I've seen that. I'm hip with it. Ooh. Let's take some time and pick a doll. We have to have a creepy doll. So we can either get Bing Bong. Whenever you add a card to your deck, add 1 additional copy. Or whenever you play a tech game, you gotta have that. Let's grab the Daughter of the Wind. Alright, we got a creepy doll. We can't possibly lose now that we've got a creepy doll. You're anything but hip waffles. It is true. I do suffer from an unhipness. I probably need a... I'm so old I need a hip replacement. Huh? Huh? Kinda works, right? He's more of a waist guy, honestly. Unsubscribe. You cannot unsubscribe. You can never leave. Many people have tried. But there is no escape. You're drawn in by the badness. You're curious. Alright, let's strangle. Survivor. Get rid of that to grab that. Backflip. Stab. Explains why he has so few viewers. I do. Ooh. Deal 1 damage, but deals 1 additional damage for each card drawn. That's real good. P. Tony said he didn't like honey, so I redeemed unfollow. Alright, well, you're about ready to lose me. I like the taste of honey. Don't get me wrong. I love the taste of honey. My whole thing is bee themed, right? So, like, we obviously love a good bee here. But also, like, honey is so filled with sugar that I can't. I can't bring myself to enjoy honey because it's just too sugary for me. So I get it. How many times is this guy gonna do it? Oh, come on. What kind of a hand is this? This is... Okay, we can make this work. Destroy that. But natural honey doesn't add any... yeah, it doesn't add any sugar. It's all natural. It's true, but it's still sugar, right? Like, it's still sugar content of some degree. I understand it's natural sugar. I definitely get that, but, like... all sugar is bad in my book. Okay, can we please get a good hand here? Holy cow. Discard that. Dagger throw that. There we go. And murder. There we go. Holy cow. That was some bad luck with that draw, but we made it. At start of boss, heal 25. That is really good. Let's see. Sly, we'll grab that. I don't like your book. That is fair. That is fair. I am unfair towards sugar. You are absolutely correct in that. All right, let's go with this guy. There we go. Okay, we got one down. If we can do this boss, if we can do this fight without getting hurt at all, we can take on the next boss. But if we get hurt here, we might have to go do something else because we're already pushing kind of the limits on HP. Okay. We got one more turn to set up for the slumbering beetle, so let's set up. Okay. We're set up. He's got half HP. We can do this. Let's get rid of Flick Flack. Deal some 7 damage. And then... okay, we got two options. We got two options here. We can throw the dagger and hope for a discard that gives us the wombo combo to win. We can chug the potion, which adds a random attack skill and power card that are free and guarantee the win, but then we lose the potion. That's a really good potion. But if we take the 16 damage, we can't. We're gonna hope. We can hope for the wombo. We didn't get the wombo, but we also didn't take damage. So we risked it and we came out ahead. That was a good risk it. Abyss is here. My beloved Silent. Can't wait for this game to come out. It is out. It is in early access, but I will tell you, it does not feel like an early access game. It feels already like they have fully made the game. Like they had done so good on this. Dagger throw, tactician, neutralize, strike, dramatic, backstab, block. Noxious fumes, deadly poison, pounce to make the next skill free, so we can play that. So we can discard that. Yes. So we can block one more. Hit him with the murder. I want the whole thing to be out, preferably a while, since I dropped 2.7k on Expedition 33. That's right, Where you're at, video games are pretty expensive, aren't they? Steam completely crashed. Yeah, Steam crashed when this game came out. A lot of people thought it was because Marathon came out, which, I mean, it probably contributed to it to some degree, but like, there's no way that Marathon is nearly as popular as this game. Ooh, a regen potion. That's really good. Ooh. Gain block equal to poison on all enemies. That's really, really good. We're not building a poison deck, but it's good to know that card exists. $1 is nearly 100 Indian rupees right now, so yeah. So that would mean the game was $270 for Expedition 33. Holy cow. Like, it's a good game, but... Okay. The question is, did I miss anything important? You did, Dex. We talked about why Waffles is the way Waffles is. We were talking about what in my childhood led to me becoming the way that I am. All right, let's do it. We're going to risk it. We're going full risk it. Survivor. Discard. Stab, 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 stab. We're going to drink the regen potion. Start regenerating a little bit of HP. Tofu's here. Good morning, Tofu. How is it going? Oh, I didn't realize the guy has thorns. Oh, we just ruined the run because I didn't realize that the toad had spines. I was not paying good enough attention. I cannot believe it. We lost in the most embarrassing way possible. I guess I should have been paying attention. We could have avoided that. That was real rough. That was real dumb of me. That's what you get for not paying attention. Ooh. Alright. Well, we unlocked some things. Let's play the next character. Next, we have a brand new character to the series, the Regent, heir to the Throne of Stars. This is my worst character so far. I have no idea how to play this guy, so... Transform a card, lose all gold, and choose one of 2 packs of card to add to your deck. Ooh. Or extra cards at Elite. Let's gamble. For some reason, I decided to 100% Tomb Raider on Steam since Monday, and now I'm in the middle of creating a community around completing the multiplayer achievements. That's not OG Tomb Raider 1, right? That's like the Tomb Raider remake. Okay, so we can choose Glimmer, Solar Strike, and Celestial Might, or if you play 5 or more cards in one turn, draw 1 card at the start of your next turn, draw 3 cards, put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. Gain 8 damage or 6 damage. Or deal 12 damage, next turn draw 2 cards, gain 1 star, next turn gain 3 stars. Alright. The Watcher is not here. The Watcher did not make the cut. I guess most people didn't like the Watcher. I liked the Watcher with like the high risk stance dancing, gambling, but apparently the Watcher was not the vibe. So the way this character works is you actually have double resource management. You have your energy, but you also have these things called stars. And so you have to manage your stars to cast your big damaging abilities. So we're gonna set up a lot here. I am disappointed to see that she didn't make it. She was my favorite from the last one. Her and the Silent. The Silent's really good. I mean, they're all really good, right? Like every character is capable of winning. It's just how you prefer. I prefer the styles where you get a bunch of cards and you're playing huge wombo combos. I just have no idea how to play this character. The Tomb Raider from 2013. Okay, that makes sense. The multiplayer Epic servers are still up. That does surprise me, considering what's that game that everyone was hating on? Highguard? Yeah, Highguard announced that it's shutting down this month in a stunning decision that stunned absolutely no one. Highguard is already shutting down its servers due to lack of interest. I think draw is really powerful here. I think we got something. No refunds. Nope. They don't have the money to refund anyone. In fact, they released a character in the paid shop yesterday. So if you really want to support the game, apparently you can one last time give them money to play a new character that's only available for 2 weeks before they shut down the game. This is why I'll never get a game that relies on servers to play. I mean, not to be mean, but like everyone saw it coming, right? Everyone knew Highguard was going to shut down. Like, everyone saw the writing on the wall. Everyone knew what was about to happen. So it shouldn't shock anyone. If I like a game, I want to play it for without fear of it going away forever. Yeah. I definitely get that. And we were talking about, right, like Diablo Immortal, Hearthstone, games where people are pumping out hundreds of dollars every month on the game. Like, what happens when that game shuts off? Like, you just lose all that money forever? Okay, I see my flaw already. My flaw this game is I did not put enough block in my deck, so we are going to lose. I told you I'm terrible at this character. I cannot figure out how to play this character. Did you hear about California suing Steam? Their case is so bad, it's full of contradictions. I haven't heard anything about that. There's all my defense skills. Holy cow. Why are they suing Steam? Alright, we managed to save ourselves one turn here. Can California just break off from the US already? I mean, if I'm not gonna lie, if California decided to go full on, like, hey, we're breaking away from the US, we're gonna be our own thing, there definitely would be some temptation to go there. Because while California is definitely not perfect, there's a lot of problems with California. There's also a lot of problems in America too, right? So, like, Tempting to go there. We got a meal ticket. Okay, that's helpful. Let's remove clumsy. I'm not going to make it very far with this character. I'm not good with this character. They're trying to protect the kids, but what they're using against Steam applies to so many different websites, and the requirements are so tiny it barely does anything to protect anyone. I do hate how often we use the excuse we're protecting the children for really terrible laws. I definitely do despise using that excuse. Okay. We need... Make him weak. Defend. Take a little bit of damage now. We'll draw some more cards next. There we go. Okay. It's always protecting the kids. That's the parents' job. See, the problem with that, Abyss, is parents, mostly in the United States, but I'm guessing all around the world, kind of suck. Right, KFC, right? Like, the fact that there are so many parents, like So, Emmy and I have been talking a lot about having kids. We really want to have kids, so we're going to make it happen here soon. So, I've been reading kids' forums, getting into it. Like, the amount of children who are going into... The amount of children who are going into kindergarten or higher without being, like, toilet trained, without having any reading skills, no writing skills, just complete neglect, is horrifying. The amount of stories that I've read about that just sends me over the edge. So I understand why the government feels like they need to intervene and be a part of, like, okay, we need to protect the children because obviously the parents aren't doing it. I don't want an overreaching government, but these kids are getting neglected. Kids being raised on iPads and stuff. There's a real problem with it. People in general really suck. You don't place restrictions on other people for the sake of one group. If anything, the government needs to mandate things like parenting courses. Here's the problem with that. Because I've had this conversation a ton with Emmy on why parenting courses or anything like that does not work. The reason it doesn't work is because anytime the government introduces any sort of thing like, oh, you need to have parenting classes first, or you need to prove that you can have kids or you can take care of them, it immediately becomes eugenics. And it immediately starts into, the first thing the government's going to do is say, now that we can control this, we're going to make it so minorities can't have kids. We're going to make it so people we don't like can't have kids. All those sort of things. So the unfortunate truth is, anytime we implement anything that will prevent people from having kids or limit having kids, it will immediately disproportionately impact people of color, minorities, and small groups like that. So you simply can't implement any of those rules because people can't behave themselves. Why do you want to have kids? Well, as a Catholic, one of the first rules that God gives us is to go forth, be fruitful, and multiply. So one of the key points of a Catholic marriage is to have children. Like that is one of the things that you are supposed to do as a Catholic, is go and have children, because it is a commandment from God. So there's that. there's also, I just really I want to have a little buddy, I want to raise someone. I want to have something to pass on to the next generation. I want to spread Catholicism. I want to share my love of the arts. I want to like God. One of the points I hit on a lot with Catholicism is we are like God, right? And the first thing God does is create. So like God, we want to create. So that is our purpose. That is a baseline desire. It is something that is a great goodness in our life, is to create. The whole system of the world right now just sucks. I mean, that is definitely true. I think you could definitely just chalk the whole world up to it kind of sucks a little bit. The schools aren't teaching them either, though. Their classrooms are full of kids raised on iPads, and they're addicted to screens. They refuse to learn. No one's helping the teachers. That is why we have decided we are most likely going to be. Oh, come on! We need to do 1 damage. 1 damage. We are probably going to be homeschooling. I don't pretend to know everything, but I do know that being able to teach my kid one-on-one is probably going to make them have a better chance at life than being in a classroom with 40 other kids and a burnt-out teacher who's sick of their job. How is that different from government overreach? If your religion tells you have children, it seems as if you don't have an option if you want to be a good, faithful Christian. Well, the difference is, with government, any sort of government overreach is going to tell certain people you're not allowed to have kids. With religion, it tells everyone you should have kids. One is exclusive and will negatively impact those groups. The other is inclusive and gives everyone a base human right. Everyone has the base human right to have a child. Everyone has the capability of having a child, barring illnesses and other events of life. So it is a base human right to be able to have a child. Any sort of government overreach would limit that, whereas religion does not limit that. All right, let's Astral Pulse. Make it so. Real talk, Bubble. I've been tutoring kids since I was 14. I turned 20 yesterday, and I can tell that these kids are having a much tougher time and are much tougher to teach, more so than my own mate. All of my kids are pretty hard to teach. Well, I think that the kids are being hard to teach. Part of it is the parents' fault. We're talking about generations upon generations that are raised by horrible iPad, attention span destroying, all that sort of thing. Reading is way down. Being able to just sit and read a book without all the external distractions. But also, something that's out of the kids' hands but is worth talking about is how many kids just don't see a point to learning, right? If you're doom scrolling on the internet and all you see is the world is going to end, Iran is going to nuke us, you won't be able to get a job. Even if you get a job, you won't be able to afford anything. Like, what's the point in trying if all you see is the negativity of nothing matters, you're never going to make it, you'll never have anything? Like, what's the point in trying to even... What's the point in even trying at that point? I understand a little bit of, like, why bother, because nothing matters. I get it. And it also we'll blame the parents a little bit on it too, right? You have a lot of parents who aren't able to spend enough time with their kids because they're dealing with those same things, right? They're dealing with depression and burnout and all those sort of things while trying to raise a kid. Makes it definitely hard. We're going through another great filter of civilization. We're on the precipice of everyone being unable to do any good jobs at all. Okay, and then we're going to throw the fire potion. Kapowie. We made it through the first act. I can't believe we've made it this far. Ooh. Gain plating. That's really good. Deal 18 damage at the start of your turn. Plays from the exhaust pile. Exhaust. Or end your turn. Yeah, bombardment. Tutoring in India sucks much more. The parents blame me for their kids' poor grades when I'm with them for max 4 hours a week. Take away sleep in school. You have them for the other half of the week. How is it my fault? Oh, that's easy. That's why they're hiring you, Abyss. Because by hiring you, they can say, oh, it's not my fault. I got the tutor. The tutor must be bad, right? By having someone else involved, they can shift the blame off of them. I can draw on the map. Very cute. Okay. All right, we can get a yummy cookie that upgrades 4 cards. We can spend 5 gold to gain energy, or we can replace the Act 2 map with a single special path. As the furries say, ooh woo, what's this? A single special path? We need to see what's on the special path, right? We have to see what the special path is. Right now it's every man for himself, just do the best you can, get through life knowing... I'm going to disagree with that, KFC. I'm going to disagree with that and say that that's part of the problem, is this every man for himself attitude. Now is the time for community. Now is the time for us all to come together and do more for each other. So while, yes, there's a lot of people who want to go every man for themselves, now is the time for us to come together to defend what we have, to work together on making a better world, rather than falling into the idea of every man for themselves. Never say that again. You are not alone in that. You are not alone in never wanting to hear me say that again. All right, let's Astral Pulse. Defend, defend. We really needed to stun that guy. That was a tough blow for us. But we can do it there. Do it there. There we go. Okay. That was a rough start. That was a rough start to Act 2. We're not feeling particularly well, but we can do this. Add Exterminate to your deck. Deal 3 damage 4 times to all enemies. Or learn Squash. Deal 10 damage and apply to... Ooh. We're going to go with AoE. We need some AoE. Hey, look! The AoE paid off! Make it so. Exterminate the bugs. Wish we could have done 1 more damage. That's okay. Boop and boop. What? How did that guy live? It's not possible. The thing is, when we do come together half the time, we all secretly hate each other, and it influences how we act to each other. It's never efficient enough to change anything drastically. That is true. I do doubt that that a lot of people can come together for any actual change in America. I don't disagree with that. Let's see. Make it so against that guy. Falling Star against that guy. Exterminate. Venerate. We are drawing 0 block on our first turn, and it is really, really rough. We are taking a lot of damage. I think we're just toast. I think we just need to accept our fate here. In this life, I've strived to endure many great mortifications, but none are more arduous, torturous, and shook my faith and belief like tutoring kids. I don't disagree with that. Kids are especially hard to teach right now. I've seen a lot about that. Personally, I'm not going to be the one to rally the people because right now, where I am, it's just not going to work. I agree. I'm not going to be out here rallying people either, but that doesn't stop me from giving money to my community and doing what I can. We got Bing Bong. Whenever you add a card to your deck, add an additional one. You know, I still donate to food banks. I'm still going to do what I can to give to the people I can and do what I can. So I might not be able to save the world. I might not be able to rally the people. I might not be able to make a difference, but I'm going to try. I'm not going to give up on my fellow man. A cleat. I have no idea what's going on. Big divination, small divination. Reveal your future by revealing the tiles. Select small divination or big divination and reveal the tiles within the crystal. Once an item is revealed, you receive it at the end of the session. Beware, some items may be dangerous. Okay. There's gold, there's a card, there's a potion. Gold, potion. A rare card. Okay. And add debris to your hand. That's not good. We're going to skip that one. Okay, I like that mini game. I like that one. Okay, we need to remove a card. Our deck is way too big. We can get rid of a basic strike. We don't need one of those. Attack steal 9. Enchanted attack steal 9 additional damage. I don't have any enchanted attacks, so that's not good. Thorns. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, draw a card. That's not super good for me. Let's grab Thorns. Thorns is always good. I've been through a lot and I've seen the worst of humanity. I just want to distance myself from the rest, keep walking my own path. I don't know. I'm scared to say we've seen the worst of humanity, right? Like some of the stuff we've seen come out of our current administration in America definitely feels like the worst of the worst, but I'm hesitant to say that we've seen the worst of humanity because they can always be worse, right? People can always find a way to make it worse, unfortunately. And I'm kind of scared to tempt faith by saying, no, that's the worst it's ever been, because people always find a way to surpass your expectations. Alright, that was a big turn. We did 100 damage that turn. That was pretty big. Alright, let's start the bombardment on this guy. And we forged a giant blade. So now if we forge it does even more damage. Okay, so forge, I've never used forge before. Now I see how forge works. kind of a big fan of how Forge works. All right, KFC, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. See y'all on Monday. Our deck's already too big. We can't add any more to our deck. Our deck is too large as it is. We're in trouble. In my short life, I've seen a lot of base cruelty and strife. That's why I try to lead life of honesty, kindness as possible. You don't heal wounds by pouring hate into them. Therefore, I try and forgive. That is, at the end of the day, that might be all we might be able to do is forgive, and even that's not enough for some people. And forgiveness, you're going to hear a lot. Here's the frustrating thing. I'm going to talk about Christianity in a little bit here about this. Right now, you have people who are illegally being put in cages, held against their will. It's an absolutely terrible situation. And when they eventually get released, you're going to have a bunch of Christians who are going to come out and say, "Oh, well, you know, we need to focus on forgiveness now, right? You need to forgive us for supporting you being put in these cages because there's nothing else we can do about it." And while forgiveness is always a good thing, I don't necessarily disagree with that. I don't think that it's going to be especially helpful to tell someone like, "Hey, I know your child passed away in an illegal detention center, but you need to forgive the people who supported this administration," right? Like that's not going to help anyone. It's going to be a long and hard road towards forgiveness. Oh, look at this fight. Oh, this is cool. Deals 50% more damage when attacked from behind. Okay. I'm surrounded. Use targeting cards or potions to change it. Okay. This is really cool. So I need to strike this guy so that I can turn around so it doesn't deal as much damage to me. Okay. I'm really digging this boss fight. This is a really cool mechanic. I love this crab. Drink this. Let's grab prep time. Let's grab that. Shoot. Let's bombard that guy. Turn around. We're going to take a bad hit this turn. But we're going to get some damage going each turn. That should help us. Alright, we need to play defense this round. We have no defense. We're drinking everything. I don't think they're going to last. Nope. That crab is really cool. Sword Sage. Okay, we're going to have to try a sword build. We're definitely going to have to try building the sword build. But let's grab the last new character, the Necrobinder. This character is a really cool new addition. She summons minions that work like block and deal damage. It's really cool. Okay. We've got Elite Shop. Elite Shop. Elite. We could go through 3 elites this way. 3 might be too much, but we can also go 2 this way. Yeah, okay. The little guys holding the throne get squished. It's unfair. They didn't do anything. Okay, so how this works is this guy's got 8 HP. So he deals 8 extra damage when I make him attack. And anything that goes through my block will hit my minion first. Years of anime agenda posting has ruined me. Alright, thing. It's got strength now, so we need to destroy it this turn. Alright, this is going to turn. What kind of deck are we building? Defy. Gain 6 block, apply 1 weak. Pretty good. Apply 13 Doom, draw 1 card. Okay. I don't really like any of those, to be honest. Not a strong start. Not a strong start. Choose 2 of 8 random cards to draw. Yeah. Or cheese for more damage. Let's get... Let's see. Let's do... Next turn, summon 2 and gain. That's good. Soul, gain. Let's do Defy and Evoke. Okay. And we have extra dexterity. I don't know if you've seen Jujutsu Kaisen community. When a beloved character died, they went insane for months, and we still see consequences of that. They may have went insane, but let me tell you, the amount of insanity, I talked about this earlier, about how people are getting way too attached to things that don't matter. Someone started a challenge for the devs in Helldivers to tell them, hey, if you could beat a level 10 mission, I'll donate $1,000 to charity. The community got so mad at that guy, they doxed him and sent him death threats for saying something bad about the community. And then the community started review bombing the game, saying, "Oh well, the devs didn't reply to his challenge quick enough for my taste, so now we're going to also hate the devs because they haven't responded in a timely manner." Like, you think the anime community is bad? The Helldivers community is so bad right now. This guy is giving me worms, and I don't like it. He's flooding my deck, and we're gonna run out of cards here soon because he's flooding my deck with worms. Don't even begin on. They doxed him and sent him threats, and the animal shelter where he worked at. It's like I talked about this earlier, but the people with Smiling Friends, right? Like, Smiling Friends was a funny TV show. I get it. It was a good enough TV show. But the fact that people are losing their minds and crying like, my life is over, my favorite TV show's canceled, there's no point in living. Like, get a grip, dude. Like, there is more to life than your funny TV show. Like, come on now. That's ridiculous. I'm starting to think that the Helldivers community being patriotic and misguided as zealots isn't roleplay. Oh, you are absolutely right. As with always, there will always be role players who are like, haha, this is so fun. But like we've seen with the Warhammer community. The Warhammer community is especially bad about this, where They get lost in the sauce. They forget that this is supposed to be satire, and then they start actually believing the nonsense. So yes, there are definitely people who are taking the role play too far and have become overzealous and don't even realize that they're the exact thing that the game is making fun of. That is definitely a reality. I'm gonna need a dewormer after this battle. I've had so many worms; they've infected me so much. Father Evan, good morning. It's a problem in the Warhammer community. It's a problem in the Helldivers community, and it's going to be a problem everywhere, right? Like that's the whole way that like incel communities get born, right? When you have an echo chamber, when you grab a bunch of people and you put them all together and all they do is hype each other up, all they do is build each other up, you're inevitably going to have this problem where the extremists are going to build up the extremists, and if somebody doesn't come and squash that, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse. And like my local Warhammer shop, this is kind of related, but kind of not, but kind of related. My local Warhammer shop has a rule that you must bathe in order to play Warhammer at the shop. Like the fact that needs to be a rule, one, is horrible. But the fact that there are some people who won't go to that shop because they don't want to bathe, and they will go find a different shop that will support their lifestyle choices and allow them to not bathe and come and play the game, is like that's like a real life analogy for the problem, right? Like, is you have all these people who choose to live their life in a terrible way, and rather than fixing those things, they will just find a community that accepts them for the way that they are. And that creates some real problems. When I was in Knoxville, they had a bottle of Axe body spray in the bathroom with a warning that they can use it on you with or without warning. That's a double-edged sword. That one's a double-edged sword. As a kid who grew up in the high part of the Axe body spray middle schooler epidemic, there is no worse smell than someone who doesn't bathe and feels like Axe body spray can undo the smell. you get the two smells competing, and that's real rough. That's real rough. The only community I truly consider myself a part of is Warframe. No, I'm not being sponsored, because they're genuinely super sweet and welcoming, like an actual community. The incels get driven out, and that's the thing. Like, it's the paradox of tolerance, right? If a community tolerates everyone, then the community becomes intolerant because you have to tolerate the intolerance, and it becomes a problem. A good community needs to be self-policing, and a part of that policing, unfortunately, needs to be saying, hey, you're not welcome in these communities if you're going to hold these unacceptable thoughts, right? That is simply a must for any community, is to be able to say, you're not welcome here if you're going to spout this nonsense or do this nonsense. And I hesitate to say this now that we have Father Evan here, because I'm probably going to make a fool of myself, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe Christianity and Catholicism could do with a little bit more of that as well. That some of the Christian communities that just welcome anything, any opinion, any person who wants to come and spout that's nonsense, is how we have a situation where we have now, where we have extremists in power who are trying to use Christianity as a hammer to beat down other people, and it creates it creates a problem, right? So I know it's probably going to be a foolish thing, but every community needs some form of gatekeeping, or else you have bad actors who come in who start to harm the community through their bad faith actions. It was a good community at the Warhammer store, welcome and hygienic. That's exactly also the other problem, right? Like, there are so many good communities that, like the Warhammer community, that people want to be a part of it, right? So many people in Warframe that want to be a part of it. It's just one or two really bad actors who, when they come in and start infiltrating, it destroys everything. I would not say gatekeeping, but continued call to conversion. I think that is a better. You're right. That's probably a better work. We're not keeping you out, but calling you to convert more properly. My OCIA director, who I'm so thankful every day that I got my formation from him, told me at the very beginning that Catholicism is a constant reorientation towards Christ. Every day, you are going to need to reorientate yourself closer to God. Some days that's a little bit, some days that's a lot. And that is though the way I try and think of it every day, is how much do I need to reorientate myself towards Christ today. The defect got some upgrades, as you can see. He got some fixes, but he didn't get fixed all the way. You can see he still has the cracked core, so he unfortunately did not get fully fixed. All right. This is the hardest. This fight right here might be the hardest fight. I think this one might be the hardest fight in the game, because every time you hit one of these guys, they retract into the ground and gain 6 block. So there's so many of them. So if you use AoE attacks, they can't be multi-hits. And if you try and take them down one at a time, it's just such a slow process. So hopefully I can whittle them down with my orbs here. And they also gain strength constantly, which is also very, very tough. Alright, that's one down. My boy finally met his RAM goals. And that's tough in 2026, considering how expensive is RAM right now. Have y'all seen the cost of RAM right now? Like, hitting your RAM goals. I'm so glad I got my PC when it did, because trying to buy my computer now would basically break the bank. Everything has gotten so expensive, but especially PCs. Alright, that's one more down. We got some extra armor from our frost engines. I think we've got this in the bag. I think we've got this one. Oh, we shocked the wrong one. That's okay. And it shocked the wrong one again. It is... That random targeting is not my friend to this game. Okay, we can strike that guy. We can take him out. Strike that guy. Alright. Add 1 strength. That is not what we needed. Glacier gain 2 block, 2 or 2 6 block, 2 frost. At the start of your turn, add a random power into your hand. That's pretty good. Rocket Punch, deal 13 damage, draw 1 card. When a status card is created, reduce this card's cost to 0. We're going to go with Glacier. You know, in the Horse Girl game, Umamasame, for the Valentine's event, one of the girls gifts you RAM. I've seen an uptick in her popularity as of recently. I have not kept up on Uma Musume. I really need to play it more. I need to. I'm really hoping that with its popularity, the anime is gonna get a dub here soon. I really feel like Uma Musume deserves a good dub. But first, I'm trying to finish Fallout. We just finished episode 4 of Fallout last night, season 2. It is so good. Gain 11 block, channel 1, dark. Yes. We need the dark. Ooh. We got the Skaven are out here, apparently. Two-tailed rats. I don't think we're going to make it past Act 1. We've got some really bad... We got some really bad stuff up here. We did not have a good start to this game. I don't think we're going to be making it out of Act 1. I think we're going to get broken. Even without a dub, you should watch Cinderella Graham particularly. Genuinely one of the best sports animes recently. I will fully admit, Uma Musume has really turned me on to sports anime, and now I want to watch more sports anime. Like, it's really exciting. I never thought in a million years I'd be saying that, but I definitely feel like sports anime is super exciting. Me, I love my Skaven army. Also me, why are there so many rats to paint? I am so excited to paint. At the end of October, we are supposed to get... we are supposed to be getting the Helldivers, the board game, and it's going to come with like 600 pieces. So I'm very, very excited to paint all of my Helldivers, but I that's going to be so overwhelming. Like, how do you possibly paint that many Helldiver figures? It's too much painting to do. Alright, zap, dual cast, strike. We're gonna hit him hard and early. I want to try Army Painter has, instead of like painting with a paintbrush, they have like basically paint pens with really fine tips that you can paint without needing all the... I'm gonna try those. Like, I'm really excited to try the paint pens and seeing if those are really good. Have you tried those at all? Let's see. Let's put a zap up and that will finish him. Perfect. Yeah, that's why I'm not good with a paintbrush. I don't have the steady enough hand for a paintbrush, so I'm kind of excited to see how those work out. We have a new element. Channel an orb puts into your first enemy slot. Yep. Glass. Orb deals damage to all enemies, decreases damage every turn. Interesting. So instead of trying to keep the glass at the back like the darkness, you're trying to get it to the front as soon as possible. Okay. Interesting. There's a horse girl called Red Desire who isn't out in the global version of the game yet. She's sort of vaguely priest-themed too. Like the Warframe. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting... I told you that the... Deadlock also introduced a priest character. It's really interesting to see that there's been a lot of priest characters that are being put into games a lot lately. Okay, we're going to zap. We're going to glacier. The funniest thing I know about the horse is that she got super lonely when she was in her stable and was moved out, so they had to tape a photo of the other horse to calm her down. Okay. Here's your fun waffle fact of the day. I am terrified. Truly, 100%, like no joke, truly 100% terrified of horses. I cannot, even thinking about them, they are the perfect murder machines, and I do not understand how anyone ever is around them, because like at any moment that horse could decide just to kick your head straight off your body. It could bite you in half. It could trample you. It can run at 30 miles per hour and there's nothing you can do about it. And their eyes are just like so like, oh, that I'm terrified of horses. So there's your fun waffles fact of the day. I have a problem with horses, and I am truly 100% phobic and terrified of horses. 100% valid and 100% justified. One of the deadliest domesticated prey. All right, I've got to go. I got to go get ready for my day. I got to go do some other stuff here. So, as always, let's end with our prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Lord, thank you for this blessed day, and thank you for all that you do for us. Today we continue to pray for all the politicians of the world, that they may soften their hearts towards you and towards peace, that they bring about an end of violent conflict. We pray for all the people who are victims of violent conflict, who are in a state of distress or losing their loved ones because of what's going on in the world. Lord, help them. We pray for all those who don't have enough, whether it be food, water, shelter, whatever they're lacking. Lord, help us, the brothers and sisters in Christ, to see those needs in our communities and to dig deep during this Lenten season and provide for them, to give more, to alms give more, to help our communities. We pray for all those who are struggling with mental illness, all those who are either in the hospital or at home suffering alone, wherever they may be. Lord, help them. And finally, we pray for all the souls in purgatory, all the souls who have been forgotten, all the souls who have no one left to pray for them. Lord, help them. All this we pray in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. All right, everyone, that is it for me. I've got to go get started with my day. As always, I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 5 a.m. to about 6:30 a.m. So I'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for playing Slay the Spire with me. Go and have a blessed day.